Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be making my version of a loaded potato soup. So let's get started. Here we have our ingredients. I will be using some low sodium chicken broth, flour, butter, garlic, shredded carrots, celery, onion, green onion, cream of bacon soup, and potatoes. Not pictured here, I'll also be using some whole milk and of course my seasoning, some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and red pepper flakes. First, I peeled my potatoes, washed them, and cut them into 1-inch cubes and get those boiling first. Here I've cooked up some bacon in the oven and I will be using those strippings to saute my veggies. In the pot, I have my bacon drippings along with my onions, green onions, and my celery. I'm going to saute those until they're translucent. And at the end, I'm going to add in the shredded carrots and saute for a few minutes more. And I add those in at the end because they're shredded. They don't need to cook as long as the other vegetables. Once the veggies are done, I'm going to take those out of the pot and set those to the side. And in that same pot, I'm going to add my butter and my flour to start making my roux for the sauce. And I'm going to cook that for like a minute. We don't want it to brown because this is a white sauce. So just for about a minute should be fine, just to cook the raw flour taste off. Here I will be adding in some of the chicken broth. You can add in as much as you like depending on how thick or thin you want your soup to be. And I'm just adding a little bit here just to see what the consistency is going to be. I'm just going to whisk it and let it thicken up a little bit. And once I see how thick it is, I'm going to add some whole milk to it. Here I'm going to be adding in the whole milk. I would normally use heavy cream, but unfortunately my store was out, so I'm gonna have to work with what I have. The heavy cream will just make the soup a whole lot richer, so if you can find it, definitely use it. This is what the sauce looks like after the cream of bacon has been added. It's kind of thick. If that's too thick for you, you can add some more chicken broth here. Keep in mind that the sauce will be thicker once you add the potatoes in. I have now added my potatoes, my sauteed vegetables, and all of my seasonings in the pot, and also some green onions, bacon, and sour cream to mix in at the end, and this is after the heat is off. Here I'm just going to mix everything in really well. It's kind of thick, so I did end up thinning mine out a little bit more with some chicken broth, but if you don't mind it being thick like this, you can leave it as is. Here we have our finished soup that I have just garnished with some green onions, some shredded cheese, and some of that bacon that I cooked off. I want to thank you guys for joining me, and until next time, you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video.